Okay, direction of wind. Yes.
Okay, let's go. Look up. So get in there. I'll tell them open. Get in there. So remember, you put it flat.
Yeah.
It's easier from the side.
Take up slack.
Should I close this little window or anything right
Yes,
here?
it's quieter if it's closed.
Okay.
Glider to tow, canopies down and locked, dive brakes down and locked, ready for takeoff.
35 traffic, tow 28 kilo, departing runway 35, glider in tow.
Okay, well I'll talk a little bit as we take off. So what we're trying to do is stay perfectly behind the tow plane, keep our wings level, and let the glider fly off. We get airborne before he does, of course. So now we got to stay down low with him, because we don't want to pull his tail up and put his nose into the pavement. So we stay down here with him, and when he starts to climb, he gets his airspeed, then we climb right with him. As we climb, we try to keep his wings right on the horizon. It's kind of hard to see where the horizon is with all these mountains around here. But if you were in Kansas or Nebraska, that would be easy. So I'm using the elevator forward and back on the stick. Oh, now I'm getting too low. I got to pull back a little bit more and get up higher here so his wing is right on the horizon for me. A little too high. And it's always a constant battle to stay right perfectly right there. So I got him right on the horizon, and I'm matching his angle of bank. So when he goes into a left turn, I bank at the same angle that he banks. Otherwise, we're like a skier back here on a rope, you know. If you don't bank enough, you go to the outside of the turn, and you pick up speed, and then the rope gets a slack in it, and it just turns into a bucket of worms. So I'm just matching his angle of bank, trying to keep him on the horizon using the elevator. And it's a lot of little inputs. It's like riding a bike, you know. You got little inputs when you're going pretty fast, bigger inputs when you're going slow.
Tow 28 kilo, crosswind 35.
So that was our tow plane. You understand the parts of the pattern? This is called crosswind. So we're perpendicular to the runway and going away from the runway. And then as we turn and parallel the runway, that's called downwind. So when we come into land, we make those radio calls so other airplanes know where we are on downwind, and then perpendicular to the runway again on the landing side. It's called base leg. So you probably heard the radios when Joe was flying saying glider 21 Charlie Papa base, and that's so other airplanes know where to look for you.
Yes, sir.
They're out of the way, or we get out of their way, one or the other. Just don't hit them. That would ruin your whole day.
Yeah.
Whew. Starting to get a little bumpy air out here. A couple of thermals. It was perfectly smooth those last two flights, which was great because they were both newbies, first timers. So this is your third time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're familiar with the airspeed indicator and what it's showing us right now?
Yes, sir.
Background noise.
So once we release from tow, we're going to slow down to right where that yellow caret is. That's our minimum sink speed. So we're sinking the least amount when we're at that speed. into a stall, and if we're faster, then we're just wasting energy. But that's fun too. We can do some of that.
Yeah.
What were your other?
traffic, plane taking 35 at Bravo, anyone else on 35?
That's loud. What were your other glider rides in? This airplane?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, there's several different types. The old Schweitzer one is much noisier. Sounds like a tin can. You're flying in a tin can. This one, you got pretty smooth airflow over the canopy and over the wings. Alright, there's 6,500 feet, so we're 1,500 feet up, another 1,000 feet to go. You'll do one more turn to the right and go north. And as we get right around 7,500 on the altimeter, I'll have you release us. Probably the same drill you did last time. Just pull that yellow knob smoothly back toward your left leg. The tow plane will go down and to the left. We will go to the right and make sure the rope stays with the tow plane. Then I'll demonstrate a couple of things and let you do some flying.
Yes, sir.
So you've already done full stalls, right?
Yes, sir.
Imminent stalls and full stalls. You've done some steep turns
Yes, sir.
and a couple of wing overs.
Yes, sir.
So don't be too aggressive. You'll make me sick back here. I used to fly these at the Air Force Academy, and they were fully aerobatic because they had a G meter in them, and we always wore parachutes. So we did loops and rolls and all sorts of aerobatic maneuvers in gliders, which is more difficult than in a shorter wing airplane, because you've got such a long wing to work with out here. 54 feet, 17 meters of wing.
Wow.
Alright, so you always keep in mind where the airfield is, right? You know where to go if something went wrong, head straight for that airfield. And of course help me look out for other airplanes or helicopters or parachutists. We don't want to ruin our whole day. Okay, there's 7,000, so we're 2,000 feet above field elevation. Let's go 500 more feet, and then I'll do the countdown. I'll say 3, 2, 1, pull, and you go ahead and release us.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. See if I can get perfectly in position here. It's always a battle. Get right where I want him on the horizon. And you've done a box to wash?
Say again?
Have you done the box to wash where you go around this propeller wash?
I think so.
Done that one? Okay, then I don't need to demonstrate that one again. You get down into his propeller wash, it gets bumpy, bouncy, and you rattle around a lot.
Yeah.
I don't care to do that one too often.
Me neither.
Alright, about 200 more feet to go. Let's make sure down and to the left is clear, because that's where the tow plane is going to go. Let's make sure up and to the right is clear for us, because that's where we're going to go. Looks good.
Yes, sir.
100 more feet. You go ahead and grab that yellow knob. Okay. He's turning a little bit. Let's wait till he rolls out. There we go. 3, 2, 1, release. Glider away. Alright, let's look, make sure he's got the rope. He does. And he didn't hit anything. Alright, now I'm going to trim the glider for L over D, which is lift over drag maximum, which is right about there on your airspeed indicator, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's keep look out for other airplanes. And then I'm going to turn to the left, so we're clear left, turning left. And what I tried to do is see that yellow, or that yaw string, the red yaw string. if I put in too much rudder, what happens? See how it moves off to the left? We're not flying straight through the air now. It's inefficient. So I put in a little right rudder. That's too much. Right about there is where I want that yaw speed. Right back, straight back over my head. Alright, we're at L over D max, minimum sync speed. You ready to fly?
Yes, sir.
Your airplane. You
Okay.
can do some fun stuff if you want, or just fly and enjoy the view, whatever you want to do. That's a very nice turn, very well coordinated. Most people don't put in enough rudder to go with the aileron input. So if you put a lot of aileron input, you got to put in a lot of rudder.
Yeah.
Want to do a steeper turn to the left?
Sure.
Okay, it's clear left, so go steep. Put in a lot of rudder. Keep that yaw string straight. Okay, good. Very nice. Very nice. Woohoo! Now that airspeed's coming up, you can hear it as well as feel it.
Yes, sir.
All right, point us right toward Mount Nebo over there. To
What?
the right.
Okay.
Here, I'll take it for a second.
Okay.
You want to do a full stall again?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, let's pick up about 60 knots. If you don't want to do the full stall, we'll just break it off early.
Okay.
So right now the wind's coming over the wing smoothly, and now see the airspeed's going down below 35. The wing has quit flying.
Oh gosh.
The only thing you can do is let the nose fall down and let the wind smooth out over the wing. Okay, I'm going to turn right. Here comes the right turn. And then I put in a little bit of back pressure on the stick so the nose doesn't fall too much. That's a perfectly coordinated turn. Alright, let me get back on the good speed for you. And we are at 6,700. You're flying again.
Okay.
You got it.
Go to a kilo, turning final, 35, rope stop.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice. You always keep the field inside so you don't get too far away from it. I like it. Doing good. You can really feel those stalls coming on. There's three big clues. First one is it gets real quiet, right?
Yeah.
So if you were ever in the landing pattern and you heard the airplane getting real quiet, that's a clue. The second one is, I'm going to wiggle the stick a little bit. See, when we have good flying speed, how responsive the airplane is?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get real slow. If you get down here around 35, the stick is really sluggish. I mean, you have to move it a lot to get the airplane to respond. It's like being on a bicycle. You know, the slower you go, the more input you have to put in to stay upright. If you get going fast, I'm going to lower the nose and pick up about 50 knots. If you get going fast on your bike, you don't dare put in big inputs. You just put in little ones. And see how responsive this thing is?
Yes,
Beautiful.
sir.
Okay, you're flying again.
Okay.
We are at 6,500. The field is at 5,000, so we got a little more air to play with. And then we're going to have to go land. Yeah, did you hear how quiet it got?
Yes, sir.
That's the big clue. Alright, keep us coming around to the right. Oh, we're still 400 feet to play with, so you're doing great. Okay, yeah, head us toward the airfield. Getting pretty low. You ready to go land?
Yes, sir.
Alright, I'm flying again.
Okay.
And we got a checklist to do, so U-stall is what I use. The undercarriage is down and locked, but on some gliders they have a raisable landing gear, retractable. So we know the landing gear is down and locked. Speed, I'm going to trim, and I don't know.
Traffic check, subzero extra to 6 miles to the east at 8,800. We'll be transitioning northbound.
I don't want to be too slow. So I want to be about 50.
East of field over at 59,200, climbing to 14,500, descending about 15 minutes per half, 10 minutes, 8 minutes.
50 to 55 knots. Traffic calculator 21 Charlie Pop, entering downwind left traffic 35 V-bike. Okay, now paralleling the runway is called downwind. So I've made a radio call, so other airplanes should be looking for us. We're looking at the runway, making sure nobody's on the runway. We don't want to hit them. Nobody's on final. Nobody's ahead of us on base. And we're 6,000 feet, so we're 1,000 feet up right now. Perfect. So what I do is finish the checklist, trim offset for 55 knots. Air brakes, I'm going to pull the air brakes out just to make sure they work. Yep, they do. Both wings. Good. And then the last two are lookout and land. So we're looking out for other traffic. We're looking for the windsock, make sure the wind's in our favor, or calm. Today it's basically calm. There's not much wind out here. So my speed's good, my altitude's good. I don't see anybody on base. So we're going to turn base lane about right here. We can always lose altitude with the speed rating. Calculator 21 Charlie Papa, turning left base 35 V5. That's the runway heading, right? That's 350 degrees magnetic. And if we're too high or too fast, we can pull the dive brakes out just a little bit. Coming down final. Looking for the windsock. It's off to the left. I'm trying to find it in these trees over there. Speed's good. Perfectly with the center line of the runway. Okay, now you can open the canopies, just pull those little white handles back and push up on the handle right below the window. Right here. See those? That's the best way to push up on the canopy.
Stateside traffic, tow 28 kilo, back taxi in runway.
Sweet.